But let's transition to the NFC East. It's a Thanksgiving battle between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. The Giants coming into the game, they are 7-3, and the Cowboys are also 7-3. It's NFC East battle. It's a game that has major playoff implications in the NFC because it's a great chance that the Eagles are going to win the NFC East. So the Giants and the Cowboys are going to be fighting for one of those two playoff spots in the NFC because the NFC and the AFC, you get two wild card spots. Well, three wild card spots. You get three wild card spots. You got four division winners. You get three wild card spots. So the Giants and Cowboys are both fighting for one of those three wild card spots. So 2 7-3 teams on Thanksgiving, the second matchup on Thanksgiving. So typically most families eat around 3:00. That's what time my family's going to eat on Thanksgiving. So we got the Giants Cowboys in prime time. Daniel Jones versus Dak Prescott. So when I look at this matchup, let's start off with the Giants. The Giants are 7-3, but me personally, I do not believe in the New York Giants. I think they're a team that has talent. I like Saquon Barkley and the job that he's done so far this year. You look at Saquon Barkley, he has 213 carries, 953 rushing yards, averaging over 4 yards per carry, 6 touchdowns on the season. I like Saquon a lot. I like the way he has played so far this season, and I think he is going to be a candidate for Comeback of the Year award for sure. Him and Geno Smith are definitely at the top of the list in that category. And I like their running game, the Giants. They average 157 rushing yards per game, and that's how they win football games. The Giants, they don't have a high-powered offense like the Chiefs, like the Bills, or like the Dolphins. They are a team that has to have an elite rushing attack to be effective. They are similar to the Ravens. The Ravens, we know with Lamar Jackson as their quarterback, who's a playmaker, who's great with the football in his hands. In order for the Ravens to win football games, they have to run the football effectively. It's the same with the Giants because you look at their passing offense. Their passing offense is ranked 28th in the NFL. They average 177 passing yards per game. So in order for them to win games, they have to run the football with Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is the most important player for the New York Giants as a football team. You look at Daniel Jones for the season. Daniel Jones, he has 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 1,937 passing yards. He's completing 65% of his passes. I'm not a believer in Daniel Jones. I think that Daniel Jones is an average at best quarterback. There are a lot of quarterbacks in the NFC that I'm taking over Daniel Jones. I'm taking Geno Smith over Daniel Jones. I'm taking Jalen Hurts over Daniel Jones. I'm taking Kirk Cousins over Daniel Jones. Dak Prescott, I'm taking over Daniel Jones. So I'm not a believer in Daniel Jones. And this is why I don't believe in the Giants as a contender in the NFC. I don't believe in their quarterback. I do not believe in the Giants quarterback. So I don't believe in the Giants as a contender. Now you look at their receivers. They got Darius Slayton. And on the season, Darius Slayton got 24 receptions, been targeted 38 times, 413 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. They got Kenny Galladay at receiver. You got Marcus Johnson, Isaiah Hodgins at tight end. You got Daniel Bellinger. I believe this team needs to try to add Odell Beckham Jr. I think that would help them in the passing game because they're ranked 28th in the NFL, and that's not going to get it done in the playoffs. It's just not. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Now, I love the Giants' defense. I think their defense is underrated, but on third down percentage, they give up 34% on third down. That's ranked fifth in the NFL. And they struggled against the Lions. Last week against the Lions, that Giants defense wasn't very good, but this is a Giants team that beat Aaron Rodgers and the Packers earlier this season. They beat the Tennessee Titans in week 1. They held the Titans offense to only 20 points. They beat the Ravens in week 6. They held the Ravens to only 20 points. So their defense is nice. I'm not going to say they're great, but they're nice. Now, again, with the Giants, I think their formula to win games is to play elite defense and have Daniel Jones make a few throws in games to win football games. But I don't think that their defense is elite enough to have that type of formula. Like, I don't think it's elite enough. Are they good? Yes, I think they're good, but they're not great. Defensively, they are ranked 17th in total yards given up per game. They give up 360 yards per game. They are ranked 15th against the pass. They give up 212 passing yards per game. And they give up 20 or 136 rushing yards per game. That's ranked 25th. So they're not great. They're good. They're not great. And statistically, they're not good at all. So I don't think they have a winning formula because they don't have an elite quarterback and their defense isn't good enough to carry them. Now you look at the Cowboys. Cowboys, I believe defensively, the Cowboys improved against the Vikings that they are one of the best defenses in the NFL. I think Micah Parsons is having a great season. I think he's one of the premier defensive players in the NFL. And overall, Dan Quinn's unit is one of the best in the NFL. The Cowboys, they only give up 175 passing yards per game. That's ranked first in the NFL. They give up 17 points per game. That's ranked first in the NFL. And they are ranked 7th on third down percentage. And they get off the field 35% of the time on third down. This Cowboys defense is elite. They got Micah Parsons. They got Trayvon Diggs as well in their secondary. Also, you got Van Der Esch at linebacker. You got DeMarcus Lawrence up front. Anthony Barr is injured, but he's a key piece on their defense. Cowboys defensively are one of the best defenses in the NFL. Easily top 10. Easily top 10. And I think it's going to be a struggle for Daniel Jones to score points in this game. I think if the Cowboys defense can contain Saquon Barkley, I believe the Cowboys will beat the Giants. I'm going to give my prediction here shortly, but I think one of the keys for their defense is going to be make Daniel Jones beat them. If they can force the Giants to have to throw the football and play from behind, that's a recipe for success for the Dallas Cowboys and for them to win this game. Now, offensively for the Cowboys, they were sensational against the Vikings. They had over 150 rushing yards. They had over 300 passing yards in that game. So the dynamic duo with Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott is helping this Cowboys rushing attack. And I think that's going to be key for the Cowboys. Run the football with Pollard, with Ezekiel Elliott, and that's going to help them win games. This Giants defense is ranked 25th against the run. They give up 136 rushing yards per game. So I think the Cowboys can have some success in the running game. Now, offensively for the Cowboys, They are ranked 7th in total points per game. They average 25 points per game. And the passing game is not that good for the Cowboys. They're ranked 22nd, but I think their rushing attack is definitely going to be important in this matchup. They're ranked 8th in the NFL in total rushing yards per game. So I believe that the Cowboys are a more superior football team than the Giants are. I believe Dak Prescott is significantly better than Daniel Jones is. I believe that the Cowboys defense is better than the Giants defense. And I believe the Cowboys are going to take care of business on Thanksgiving on Thursday afternoon in Dallas. I'm going Cowboys 27, Giants 17.